Hello YouTube! If you've been following this series, you already know how to install Selenium to Visual Studio and how to use it to open a web page in the Chrome browser. If you haven't been following the series, you can still do that. I will post a link at the end of the video to the whole series. In this video, I'll be showing how to fill out a form on a web page and how to submit it using Selenium so that we can test how an actual web page works. I'll be continuing from where we left off in the last video. So, we've opened Chrome, loaded a page, the Google Advanced Search, and we've maximized the window so we can see what's happening. Now, we can see there's a form. I'll just go there. That is the Google Advanced Search form. And what we'll do next is we'll complete the first couple of fields and we will submit the search and see if it returns the results. So first thing to do is we need to add some more code in the fill out form section. And usually when interacting with an element, I do two things. The first thing is to get a reference to the element, and the next is to interact with it in some way using that reference. So to get the reference, the element I'm going to get is the all words text field, which I will be typing some words into. And the way I get this is by using the driver and using a method called findElement. And this takes a by object, and there's various types of by. There's ID, there's name, but elements don't always have names or IDs. I default to using XPath because elements always have an XPath. And it's easy to get. I'll show you how in a second. The XPath takes a string. The XPath is a string. And we just need to get that from the form and use it to search in our program. So to do that, I go to the browser, I select the field, I right click, click inspect. This will allow me to inspect element, and the element appears already highlighted on the right hand side. It's this input element. So if I right click on that, go to copy in the context menu and go to copy XPath, I can then paste that into my code. You'll notice that the color coding has come out slightly wrong here. That's because the XPath contains quotes and the code contains quotes, so I need to escape the XPath quotes. So I'm just going to put a backslash in front of those two quotes, and as you can see, it's now all color coded as a string. So that will actually get the reference to the element on the form. So the next thing I need to do is fill out that all words text field. There's various ways I could do this. I could set the value, I could try and copy and paste in, just like in real life. But I want to mimic user input, so what I'm going to use is send keys. And the keys I'm going to send are my surname. So that gets the text field and it sends keys to it. Effectively, it types that into the text field. And I also want to use the other text field, the exact phrase, this one here. So to do that, fact, we don't need to show this twice, so I'm just going to copy in one I prepared earlier. We'd just be getting the XPath again the same way. So let's save some time. Okay, so you can see slightly different XPath, different ID, and in the exact phrase I'm going to search for batch script. Okay, so that will load the browser and it will fill out both of those fields, but we also need to submit the form. Now, we can use enter to submit the form, and it doesn't really matter what field we send the enter key to, provided it goes to a field within that form. And we're already on a field within that form. So what I'm going to do is just repeat the reference, repeat the method, and use the keys object, and it already has an enter key included. Now I could also do this in one line by concatenating the keys enter string to the batch script string. I just think it's clearer this way. And I'm going to put that below the submit form comment just so it's clear what it does. And that is enough that we can test the filling out and submitting of the form. It'll take a few seconds to load. Okay, so you can see there, it's loaded one of my books. It's filled out the form and it's run the search. It's submitted it. So Google has run the search. I hope you've enjoyed this series. If you want to see more of the same, you can see my playlist on Selenium, or you can subscribe to my channel. I plan on producing more content. Links appear at the end of this video.